speak for yourself. I'm very interesting. People like me.
Well, tell me something about you. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the world doesn't know.
Something about me that the world doesn't know.
Yeah.
Put me on the spot there, eh? You are listening to The Soapbox. I'm Paul.
And I'm Eric.
This all started out with a list. What's that all about?
So I've compiled a list over the years of things that just bother, things that grind my gears. And I shared that list with you.
And I thought, you know what? That would make interesting conversation. Sometimes I'm going to want to agree with you, and it's just going to be something we talk about. Other times, though, I'm going to want to steel man the opposite position because I think that's just interesting conversation.
Yeah, and keep in mind, I'm always right, but Paul's just a really good debater.
Hey.
Right, yeah, that's perfect, yeah, okay.
Not going in quite as cold as we'd hoped.
Right.
This is the second take, but as part of our new setup, we have cameras that are mounted to little ring lights. And here's a little peek behind the scenes here at the SoapBox Lex.
How the sausage is made.
Big box lights.
Yep.
Takes a lot to make us pretty.
Hair and makeup. I mean,
I know.
just the whole thing.
It's a process.
It is.
As part of this process, we had everything in one single USB hub, and we've learned you can't do that.
Yep. Overload, camera shut down.
Camera shut down, so...
Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
So you were the Bill Murray of the cast. I knew it.
Tell them about the Twinkie. Yeah, so you like to go in cold.
I do like to go in cold, and this is how we started, but it's okay because we didn't make it very long into this, and I didn't get a chance to really think about what we were talking about. So you want to cue it up fresh?
Yeah. So what I want to do is give a shout out to a podcast that's fairly new by the Firefly guys, Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk, who...
Nailed it, yeah. We both know how to pronounce that second one without Googling it between takes for sure.
They have a podcast called Once We Were Spacemen. And Alan does this.
You went full Jim Carrey there.
Well, no, listen to the podcast because Alan does this whole, he's a voice actor guy, and he's got this... Every time they say it, he does a different inflection on a different syllable.
Okay,
It's a thing. But they have a great little bit. If you like Firefly, Serenity, and you like those guys, go check it out. It's really, really good. But Nathan Fillion once said, "You know what grinds my gears?"
Because Nathan listens to this
podcast.
Oh yeah,
I mean, likes
completely ripped us off.
Yeah.
Nathan,
yeah,
come on, just give us credit, okay? Give credit where credit is due.
Or just come on our podcast.
We would accept that as a consolation prize.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also, and I don't know who's to blame. Maybe their producer. Maybe it's one of them. I think they both are encouraging to this, but they took one of your ideas, and that is they have the sounds. But I mean, it is every bit they do, any kind of regular bit they do.
They've got it pre-programmed on their board, or they're doing it in post.
I think they're doing it in post, but they're like, oh, we should have a whip sound happening every time we do this, and then a second later,
I've got a whip.
And then they have like a Siri voice that will come in and retcon anything they get wrong, like who was that actor I was thinking of? I can't think of their name. And then seconds later, bounce in. The actor Alan was thinking of is, and then blah, blah, blah.
Nice.
It's a neat little thing.
I like it.
But if you remember, if you've ever listened to our first episode, we had a lot of sounds. And
it was rough. It was really rough. I recommend skipping season 1, going straight to season 2.
Yeah.
Just like The Office.
Just like The Office. There's Nobody wants this. Nobody wants this was the it's a new show where see, this is where I can use we can come in and post and name
the show that Eric was thinking of was actually.
But they have a podcast on the show that someone created, and the oh no, it wasn't that. It was my goodness. I can't think of anything.
You make a strong point there. Now can I make a counterpoint?
Make a counterpoint.
We should research these a little bit.
Yeah.
Go in cold.
Go in cold, it's fine. But point is they have like a glass breaking sound that comes in, and it's like 5 decibels louder than it's super loud, and everyone's like, "Oh God!"
Yeah, that's the worst. I will say I have really scaled back all of my stupid references and editing. Because one of our most loyal listeners, Shannon Presley, aka Elvis, told me that it makes your dogs bark. So,
well,
sorry, Shannon. Shout out.
Apologies to any Siri, Alexa people. I'm gonna make your wait. Hey Google, what's the other?
Oh, that's right.
Let's just fire them all out.
Alexa, play "Never Gonna Give Me Up," or "You Up." Oh, I messed it up. How do you mess up the Rickroll?
Yeah. I've never seen a remote Rickroll like that. That's
it happened to me one time during the pandemic.
Really?
All of my friends were just like me. They were rude and mean-spirited, just stupid, all of the things. And we were playing Dungeons and Dragons because I'm that kind of cool.
Yeah, okay. That's all right.
In fairness, that was my first and only campaign I've ever played. But I was bored because they were taking too long with their little fantasy shopping trip. And they could see me kind of nodding off, and they started playing Rick Astley through my Alexa, which was sitting right by my computer.
And then, that's great. Okay.
So you were going to take a beat here.
Take a bit that they do. They do a bit, and oh man, I swear they created a little soundbite on the fly, and then they went back and they copy and paste it every time they do it, and it's like. It's both of them trying to sing "Let's Get to Know You Better," and it's this weird, like, dissonant "Let's get to know you better." And anyway, it's a cool little thing they did. But it's kind of neat because they're on the mics, cold, telling each other something about each other and discovering. So I thought
this is the dating show.
It's kind of, I mean, it can be. But one of the things they did just as kind of a starter is like. And now I'm afraid I might already know the answer, but first job, is it Fazoli's?
First job with the W-2, yes.
Oh, okay. So maybe your second job. What was your second job? Or was that one real?
Second job was Fazoli's. First job was actually babysitting.
Oh, okay. So
as most kids probably do.
In Glabin?
Yeah. I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember the very, very first one that I did, but I did that kind of periodically. There was a couple families that I would babysit for just on a regular basis. They thought having a guy babysitter meant that I'd go throw the football with them or whatever.
I probably, my first gig was a paper route for sure. Delivering the Milwaukee Sentinel. There's the Milwaukee Journal and the Sentinel. I think the Sentinel was in the morning. Yeah. And I mean, growing up in Wisconsin, riding on a 10-speed with 30 papers stacked on top, and
seems like patently irresponsible by today's standards.
Oh yeah.
What we need you to do is get up while it's still dark.
Yeah.
And we need you to be on a pedestrian mobility device. Mm-hmm. Trying to use internal lingo there, didn't get it correct.
Oh, we'd have to do this before school.
In the snow, uphill both ways.
Yeah.
And then people had to read the newspaper.
Right. And you'd have routes, right? And you'd remember the numbers and and you'd put it in there.
I didn't have a paper route, but I loved playing Paperboy on NES.
Yeah. Now drive around. This made me think of it the other day. Drive around, walk around your neighborhoods, and look. Does anyone still have that vestige paper box?
Oh yeah,
like the little plastic thing under the mailbox. We walked by a house the other day, and they had a PVC tube like built into the brick fixture. So I mean, they still have one,
even though it serves no purpose.
Serves no purpose, but.
Lexington in particular, we've got it rough because if you did want analog news, your only choice is Lexington Herald Leader, which is barely good enough for Kindling, in my opinion.
Yeah,
the journalism there is just
the Herald misleader, as someone once called it.
Yeah, I've heard it called the Herald Liar before.
Yeah,
but they hide all their digital news behind a paywall. And instead of making their money the way you should online through online advertisements that I can also block with an extension on my Google Chrome browser, yeah, I just don't read it. And it's fine because it's been a rag for years. So if you're a Herald Leader person, come at me in the comments. I don't care. I don't like it.
Fair enough. So anyway, first jobs. All right, that one wasn't terribly interesting, and none of these will be because we're not that interesting. But hit me.
Speak for yourself. I'm very interesting. People like me.
Well, tell me something about you. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the world doesn't know.
Something about me that the world doesn't know.
Yeah.
Put me on the spot there, eh?
Yeah.
Have you got one queued up here? Give me a chance.
I got a dumb one, I guess. Yeah. I don't like to wear undershirts.
Okay.
Yeah, especially summertime. Like I don't know. I don't like a.
You just like to let the chest hair flow free.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, it's probably worse for my shirts. It gets them dirtier faster, whatever. But I don't know.
See, I'm like the opposite of you. I will, in my leisure when I'm not at work and I don't need the collar and the button, I will almost exclusively wear undershirts.
Yeah.
But I don't like something touching my throat.
So you got the V-neck.
So I go the V-neck,
yeah.
which means that most of the T-shirts that I own, I don't wear.
Yeah.
Because it's touching my throat and I've got some sort of weird, I don't know, sensory issue.
And let me hit you guys with something about Paul that you might not know, that I know. And that's you don't wear graphic tees, maybe for the same reason.
Pretty much, yeah. I actually do have a few graphic tees. They just don't ever go into rotation.
Yeah.
And it's for that reason.
Yeah.
I have a very homogeneous drawer. It's all black undershirts, and now all the same brand. I've decided I only want to have one brand, all the same black underwear. Too much information? I don't know.
Boxers or briefs? Come on, they want to know.
Briefs. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they want to know.
They want to know.
The people want to know.
They're asking.
And then you go to my sock drawer, and it is crazy town.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. I only have fun socks in my repertoire. Can I kick it up here?
Okay, those are kind of fun. I got my black and whites.
Rocking the Argyle today.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's Dr. Pepper socks. I was wearing Google socks the other day.
You got asphalt socks at conference, right?
I did, yeah. Which
I get
actually cotton, so false advertising.
I get comments on my socks a lot. Or if I'm like sitting in a waiting room or something like that, and then
I'll let that be my interesting fact. I think socks are men's version of lingerie. That's where we get to have some sort of fun clothing item that isn't seen as socially not compatible with a business professional setting.
Okay, all right, yeah, it's letting your hair down a little bit,
so to speak, even if it's just the ankle hair.
Now wait, did you use soda speak because of the Dr. Pepper? No. That's a callback.
We got a bump for that one.
We got a new segment. It's called Callbacks. That's the kind of stuff you get from Once We Were Spacemen.
I feel like you're doing it with more emphasis the second delivery there.
Yeah, you gotta throw it around. Okay. I don't know what's happening.
I'm gonna try my hand at some point in this podcast.
Yeah. I have a sock drawer for this athletic socks or white socks or whatever. I get one brand, kind of the same idea as yours. Because I've got my fun socks for work or whatever, but my just going running or whatever, like just Hanes socks. They're all the same brand. That way, I just grab two of them. I'm good.
Grab and go. Yeah. I need to do this with my kids because they don't care about the pattern of their socks, but doing their laundry.
Yeah.
Half of them seem to go missing. So why not just match them up with the other half?
That's the other thing. A lot of people say since they're, ambidextrous, they're not like gloves, now, I will say soccer socks are different because there's actually a right and a left, but
is there really?
There is. Yeah.
I've been dressing my kids possibly wrong 50% of the time.
You can buy just, generic.
We probably did. Yeah.
They have letter R and L on them. Yeah. It's blows his mind. That's a segment there.
Yeah, we need a button for that. Mind blown.
Mind blown. But yeah, so that's now you know what our clothes drawer looks like. So
nice.
There you go. So
at least the non-cosplay drawer, right? You've got the
right.
Anakin Skywalker outfit.
Right. Slave Leia. That's mine.
You make that look good though. You've got the calves for it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We can dive into some more, or we can go to the computer. What do you want?
Let's dive in. Yeah, I'll ask ChatGPT to give us some questions, but give me a minute to cue that one up.
Get to know you questions.
Yeah.
Maybe be like, I think what they did in Once We Were Spacemen was Nathan pulled out a survey about how to get to know your partner better, and he read questions from that.
When you're making whoopee. Right. No, too much.
He did say it was like 200 questions, so they didn't even get to the.
He's got that long plan going. He's like,
right,
all right, we're going to turn this into
it's going to be a
months of content.
Yeah, which, by the way, guys, you ever want to come on the podcast, please do. We'll have you on.
Yeah, right? And maybe you can
take a shot.
It's very quiet.
And it's pretty far away. That wouldn't count.
Little shot.
So, no, but I've been enjoying that podcast because I'm particularly excited about them doing the cartoon.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, they're finally giving the fans what they want. They're giving
right?
Again.
Yeah.
Well, so we had the TV show,
Firefly.
Firefly.
Then it got canceled.
Then they made the movie.
Because of the fans.
Yeah. And the movie was made far enough later that some of the characters had gotten older. And
I mean,
I'm thinking of what's the
Shepherd book?
Is it Shepherd?
Ron Glass?
I don't know their names.
Yeah.
I've seen them once. I loved it. I just haven't seen it for a long
time.
Yeah,
the show was like 2002, 2003, and then the movie was 2005.
But I feel like one of them is the older black guy that was on there.
Yeah. He
aged a lot. And it may have been that he was getting sick or they had just been keeping him young in makeup for the show and not the movie. I don't know.
Maybe.
Go back and watch it and see if I'm wrong there.
I didn't notice, certainly, but he did pass. He has passed away since. Which and I think there was an April Fool's joke today. Today's April
1st. Yeah. When you see this, it may not be.
Oh, it should. Hope it won't. The fastest
editing turnaround time ever.
But yes, Nathan Fillion posted that Nick Cage was going to be the voice for Shepherd Book. It has to be a joke, right?
I hate it and I love it. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but
he could pull it off as long as they stole the Constitution. Don't look at the bunny.
Yeah.
Never touch the bunny. He's only famous because his dad or somebody.
Is that He's
a Coppola.
Yeah, he is. Paper or plastic? That was The Rock, right?
Oh gosh, that's a deep cut. We've brought The Rock up on this show.
We have
in the last 3 episodes. I want to say we made a reference to it.
Okay, like the movie The Rock,
not the actor. Yeah, the movie.
Why wasn't The Rock in The Rock?
That would have been too meta.
Yeah, it would have been.
We just weren't ready for it yet.
What'd you get over there?
All right, so I've got some easy icebreakers here to start things off. What is your go-to comfort show or movie?
Oh, well, comfort. So if I need
something you'll always go back to if you need a little, you time.
Empire Strikes Back. I'll watch that.
Okay.
Yeah, all day, every day.
If I had like a go-to movie, it would probably be Office Space. I love that. I think it's the perfect movie for somebody that's worked in that environment.
Yeah.
And that was AT&T for me, where I had lots of bosses that were all running around with competing agendas on what needed to get done.
Yeah.
And so I'd have one person that would say, go into the retail stores, and another person that would say, you need to spend more time in the kiosks, and hey, I need you to go to the third-party sellers like Walmart. And then I had a commission structure that was like maybe none of those things.
Yeah.
And so it felt like, did you put the cover page on the TPS report?
What exactly is you do here?
Apparently that line was improv.
Really? Now that
that whole scene.
Yeah.
It was the actor from Scrubs.
Yeah, Dr. Cox.
And I don't remember the actor's name, but apparently he agreed to do that as a favor to Mike Judge because they were neighbors.
No kidding.
And then he got some other bigger deal that was going to pay him pretty well. And so he called Mike up and he said, hey, I got all these scenes I'm supposed to do. Can we just knock them out in maybe a week so that I can do hair and makeup and get ready for this other role?
Okay.
And so he showed up and they just let him riff. He just got to build the character kind of on the set.
That's priceless character. Because I think he really built his persona in Scrubs.
Yeah.
Being kind of the jerk. And if you've seen Rooster yet,
I have not.
He's the dean of the school that takes place, and he's just fantastic.
That's awesome.
He's a good actor. But,
all right, so comfort show. I don't like rewatching most things.
Yeah.
So I don't have a go-to. maybe The Office. I haven't rewatched The Office in a while.
Yeah.
And that's also, I think that's too mainstream.
Yeah.
I don't know that I want to attach myself to. I have a love of a television show instead of a personality.
Yeah, and you can't pick Office Space as a movie and The Office as a show.
I like a very office-centric life.
Right.
I work in an office. I leisure in an office.
Right.
I would say whatever dystopian thing happens to be on at the time.
Yeah.
So it was The Walking Dead once upon a time. It was Fallout, Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Anything that makes my life feel better in comparison.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of shows. I not to be too on the nose, but Firefly, the show is a go-to. There aren't that many episodes. That's also one of our. I love watching with my daughter. Actually, both of those would be good for us. Just if it's just us.
Yeah.
Although Viv's gonna have me watch the Harry Potter series.
Oh, the new TV show?
Well, no, she's mad about that.
What's she mad about?
She wants me to watch the originals with her.
Okay. No, what's her gripe? This is a current.
I think it's her Star Wars, right? In some way, it's like the originals are like vintage. They're like
It came out 25 years ago, roughly.
Yeah, and so like that's like her. I don't know.
I've heard a few casting criticisms, and the one that's dominating headlines right now is the fact that they have race swapped Snape.
Oh,
is this something you're familiar with?
I think I saw a picture and I was like, that's not Snape. Looks like what's going on? Yeah.
Which two things on that, and I'll try to put the graphic up because I think it's funny. One, his haircut makes him look exactly like Kel from Keenan and Kel in the Good Burger sketches.
Okay.
So yeah, if you don't know the reference, just rewatch this when I do the editing, and I'll pop that in there. I think it's hilarious. But also, the whole Harry Potter intuition of I don't trust him and I don't know why only works when it's like one white guy and another white guy. Now it's just racism, right? Oh, I don't trust him. I think he might have stolen the Sorcerer's Stone. Why? Reasons,
right? Oh, okay, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. Now I think the Shaun of the Dead sidekick. What's that guy's name?
Oh gosh, he was the dad in The Boys, right?
Oh, was that right?
Was he?
I don't know. I was thinking the two British guys that are in all the movies together.
Okay.
Simon Pegg is the main guy, but whatever is his buddy.
Okay, I'm thinking of Simon, so I don't know the other.
Yeah. No. The sidekick, which he wasn't even an actor. I think they were buddies. They're drinking buddies. He's like, you
want to be in a movie?
And he had to like convince whoever it was to get him in like Shaun of the Dead or whatever. But I think he's playing. I'm bad at Harry Potter. That's why Vivian's gonna make me watch these. But
Voldemort.
No, he's gonna be the beard and the Haggard.
Thank you, because I was going with Gimli, and I'm like, I know that's wrong.
I think that's him. It looked like him. Although, if you watch the internet on April Fool's Day, you can't trust
anything. Yeah. So. No, if you're paying attention to the posts on the internet, I have accepted a position in Hawaii. Very excited about this.
And read the fine print.
Read the fine print. Somebody did correct me because I said the island of Honolulu, the city of Oahu, and it's the other. Flip that.
Yeah.
So don't know geography, and one person caught that. I have been congratulated several times, so thank you guys for congratulating me on my April Fool's joke. Makes me feel good.
I still think it's going to be fantastic if a year from now someone's like, "Hey, you still in Hawaii?" Because
I'll just use some AI and put myself up there with Moana. All right.
Yeah. What else?
We got some more here.
Okay, keep going.
Are you more of a? Actually, you answer this about me. I'll answer this about you.
I like it.
Are you more of a morning person or a night owl? And I'm going to go ahead and say I think you are more of a night owl.
That is correct.
Because you keep those late hours playing volleyball at night.
Yep.
And if we go to the conference circuit, if you know Eric from a conference, then you know that he's the cool guy. He's the one that is getting everybody together. He is the fabric of being social, the glue that holds everything together.
Yeah, that's
without Eric in that circle. Everybody just kind of crashes in their room at 9 and gets a good night's sleep. And Then you introduce chaos.
Yep.
And it's like, where are we gonna go? Let's hang out. Let's play games in the lobby till 1:30 in the morning.
That's and it's becoming less and less. I used to be a little more, super late night. And now it's if I've got to present first thing in the morning, I'm usually calling it early, and I'm destroying the.
You're settling into your old man phase of life.
But no, I always have to have one night at a conference where I'm like, all right, this is the night. I don't have anything to do.
Let's go do all the things the city has to offer. Because what else? What other reason would you want to go to another city for a conference if all you do is see the inside of the hotel?
Right. Yeah.
And last conference we attended, it was kind of that.
Yeah.
We did get to go see Soldier Field in Chicago. That was cool for sports people. But for me, it's like, very well maintained grass I'm not allowed to touch.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah. But for you, see, I mean, you can be a night owl at conferences and hanging out, but you're more of a chaperone, I think, like keeping tabs on people. But I'd say you're usually in the office pretty early. I'd say what's the opposite of a night owl? Morning owl? Morning person?
Morning person. You're a morning groundhog.
Morning.
I don't know. We need a morning animal, don't we?
We do. Yeah.
Spring chicken's the only one I can think of. You know what? I'm gonna go with neither.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I am transition averse. I don't like going to bed, then I don't like waking up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Lazy? Is that the word I'm looking for?
I think it's you're an extrovert like 90% of the time, and then you're just like, I'm done.
It's like Sex Panther. I'm an extrovert 60% of the time, every time.
I know it. It's a night owl and morning wood. Wait,
no. Hold on. A barn owl? Is that? Can we just average the two?
Okay.
All right.
There was a buddy played in a band called Morning Wood, and it was like mourning as in sad by the loss.
So it was like about a coffin.
It was. I think obviously it was a pun on the playing words or whatever, but being sad for maybe it was like a hippie tree huggy type thing.
Okay.
Yeah, morning wood, like we're mourning
the tree that got cut down.
Right.
Lame.
Yeah. Well,
in fairness though, when they cut the tree down, they erected something with it.
That does. You know what? You've never been womped. That's your first.
It took us over 60 episodes, but I've made it. This is the soundboard equivalent of using my middle name, right?
That's right.
All right. Let's see.
Anthony?
Yes.
Yeah.
So now you're going to make me say your middle name.
Yeah, what's mine?
Oh, no. I don't know if I know it.
Yep. Nobody does. I'm not saying it.
Christine. I nailed it.
Yep.
Like, that's my password for everything. I can't tell you my middle name.
Right. I'm not even sure how to spell it.
Now I'm on a mission. I'm going to have to find out. You've never told me, have you?
I guess not.
Huh.
I think the
Mind blown sound effect. Insert here.
Yeah. The idea of what I'm told by my dad, which I take this with a grain of salt because they said when I was born I had a lot of energy, and I don't know if you can figure that out in the actual like maternity ward, because I mean you got to put the name on the birth certificate pretty much right away, right? So anyway, they said a lot of energy, and ERG is a unit of energy. So
okay,
they wanted an
so
R.
We've got an R.
We got an R.
This helps.
Yeah.
Get on People Finder after this.
Yeah, there you go.
Renee, what? I'm gonna just keep going with the bangers here. All right.
Trying to gender swap my middle name.
Did you just imply names have gender? Uno reverse card.
Which I did. This
I'll have you know I'm an immigrant.
I'm half an immigrant. Someone famous. No, the company that makes Uno put out a big thing saying, "Yes, official new clarification of the rule: you cannot play a draw two on a draw two."
Really?
Yeah.
Are they going to tell me how to play Uno? There's house rules.
Yeah,
okay?
there are.
Monopoly, house rules.
Yep.
This is.
Hey, can we do our own?
our own house rules.
Like, do you have any?
I do.
Yeah,
I've
let's
got
hear it.
one.
I feel like I've got some.
I've got two actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, one in Monopoly. Whenever any player pays a fine, it goes in the middle of the board, and you collect on a free parking.
Free parking. Yep. Okay.
I think that's pretty standard.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the actual game's
I
rule.
don't think it's in the rules,
but it makes it more fun.
but yeah.
It's just a windfall in the game. And the second one is if you're playing Settlers of Catan, and your turn goes too long, you can actually lose a victory point.
Oh, I don't
I
know.
even made a card about it because certain somebody that shall be nameless on this podcast would take stinking forever.
Clay. It's Clay, isn't it?
It's not Clay, but Clay did say a very kind thing today to me on my Facebook post announcing I'm going to Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
It was something to the effect of, get out of here now. Or
Yeah, I saw it. And then there's a Seymour, and he's like, I'm just kidding. I love you. Or whatever.
Oh, thank you, Clay.
Yeah. We love you, Clay. Clay, actually, I'm in a conference with Clay. We went to Toronto.
How is it that you went to Canada with the non-Canadian? I missed that opportunity. This was pre-employment at KTC.
Yeah, you weren't. So it was when I had that company, Signprox, and we had, and one of the things I did at that company is the vendor booth. And that, let me tell you, if you've never stood behind a booth for, I mean, it's like 2.5 days of
good 12-hour days, probably.
It is. Oh man, pay the extra money for the nice carpet. I'm telling you, it is something else. And I was doing software. We were sitting down a lot, so anyway, yeah. I don't have a house rule because that Monopoly was going to be mine, but I don't know. Can I put this out? Do I put this out in the world?
You can decide to edit it out later if you want.
I'll put it out there. Let's see. We have a Harry Potter game, the Battle of Hogwarts.
Oh, I know exactly where you're going now.
Yeah. So, and we played this game crazy through the pandemic. It was like we just set it up on the dining room table, and it just lived there for months. And then, remember when Andy Bashir would do like the little, he'd have pictures of his house and dog, and through the pandemic, stay at home, just keeping it safe. They had a box, the Harry Potter Battle of Hogwarts. So I mean, they played the game, which I thought was kind of cool because it really is a fun family game if you like Harry Potter, and it's a deck building game where you build up cards and you're stronger, and it's cooperative. I think that's the key to it, is that you're all on the same team. You're playing against the cards, which is, I think, kind of a more recent thing we're seeing with video games, card games, and things like that. But Vivian and I just adore that game, and Kristen loves it too. Vinny could probably take it or leave it. But Vivian and I started making a Star Wars version of it. And I mean, we've done a lot of the thinking. We've created characters and the cards and introduced new mechanics to it. But what we can't figure out how to do is, how do you, I mean, Lucasfilm or whoever, Disney's not going to,
buy your game,
buy the idea or whatever. So we're trying to think of like a way of just making a print, I don't know, card templates or something, and just people can just print it themselves or something. I don't know. It's a neat idea, but a lot of work.
Yeah, and you don't want to mess with the Disney lawyers.
Yeah, probably not.
Randolph.
Oh. What, did you Google search it?
Yes.
Dog.
Yes, everything's on the internet.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I didn't know it. You've never said this to me. I would have remembered that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not my favorite middle name. But
I've never liked my middle name either.
Yeah.
And the reason, twofold. One, it's whiny.
Yeah.
Anthony. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's why Tony goes by Tony in our office.
Yeah.
Who also, that's not even his first name.
Yeah, it's his middle name.
So I could also be Tony if I wanted to lay claim to that.
Yeah.
Which I don't, because that would just cause all sorts of confusion.
Yep.
But the second reason is because when I was really small and learning how to spell things, I've spelled my own middle name incorrectly and tried to correct my teacher incorrectly.
Uh-huh.
I was like, it's spelled Anthoney, honey, Anthony.
Huh.
She's like, there's no E in there. And I doubled down. I'm like, there is. I know how to spell my own name. And I got home and I was like, turns out I don't. And I can never go back to school again because I'm embarrassed.
Yep. So you quit school.
So I quit school. Now I'm here doing a podcast.
With a third grade education. Was it third grade?
No, I think this was kindergarten.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's worse. Do you see how that's worse, though, right?
I'm not sure that I see how not knowing how to spell my name in kindergarten is worse, but
Not-
only having the kindergarten
Yeah, not going to
education.
school anymore after kindergarten's worse.
Yeah, it was Canadian kindergarten. Does it even count?
Oh, yeah.
We
Starts
just
with
learn
a C.
things like, lumberjacking and how to be a Mountie,
Right.
how to apologize when things clearly are not your fault.
We do have to kind of, well, obviously people know you're Canadian and preface that my mom's from Canada. So we kind of have like carte blanche to
make Canada jokes.
make Canada jokes. I guess. I don't know.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
true.
that's.
Yeah.
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean? What do you mean, you people? Best line. Oh, that's another bit they do, which we can't do. I don't think so. We can do. Maybe we kind of can, but they asked each other. I'm again talking about once we were spacemen. They asked each other.
You mean once we were spacemen?
Spaceman. Yeah.
You went full.
He just
Christopher Walken. I
Walken.
almost said Reeves. I'm like,
Reeves.
no, that's the opposite.
That's the Superman.
You get it? He's
Yeah.
the opposite.
Oh yeah. Wait.
Yeah. What's the opposite of Christopher Reeves? Christopher Walken.
Walk.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
There we go.
There it is.
Get two of them.
Yeah, that's probably fair. They also do a bit where they ask each other what lines from movies they've been in did they come up with.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess Nathan Fillion was in Percy Jackson. Not a big role, but
Okay.
yeah. And he was basically coaching the kids into they were off to go on their adventure or whatever. And he was telling them something, whatever. It didn't matter. But as they left, he's like, they're not going to make it. and then apparently he does a bit for the cast and crew, which was lunch. That's a wrap. And they kept it all.
Oh, that's amazing.
They just lead. It sounds really cool. But I think Alan Tudyk did. If you've seen Rogue One, he's basically the K2SO, right?
Yeah.
He's the droid, and he's fantastic. I mean, just so good. And apparently he can kind of ad lib anything because they can go back and overdub as long as it's like the same length, it's fine. And apparently the Andor character had makeup of a split lip because there was a scene where he got interrogated by officers, but then they cut that scene, so he still and they're like, oh, he's got a split lip. And Alan's like, how about I hit him? And sure enough, in the scene, he smacks him and he goes, and there's a fresh one for you if you mouth off again. And it's fantastic.
That's amazing.
But he came up with that, so good on you, Alan. Come on the podcast.
Yeah, I guess you can come too if you bring Nathan.
Yeah, now they both come. Yeah. Okay. What else you got?
What's an opinion you have that most people disagree with
Oh God. Well, yeah.
about God? Like,
Well, yeah. I don't know if I'd say most people though. I have a good following that agree with me, but no, I think it's the free will one. That
Free
one,
will?
I encounter only very few people that agree with me on.
people don't want to give that one up.
They really don't. It's
They were destined to not want to.
I'll think on maybe a more playful one. But what do you have one?
Okay, this one might be personal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the new bit we have is let's get personal.
Do we have a button for that one yet?
We have to like the yeah.
Let's get personal.
There we go. We are totally ripping off Once We Were Spacemen. Right? This is exactly what they do. So keep it up.
Here's my opinion that many people don't share, but just because something from your childhood appeals to you doesn't mean it's going to hold up. And you've heard this happen in the previous podcast where I talked about the Beatles aren't the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
They were innovative for their time. They were fantastic, but I don't think they aged well. Paul McCartney, very talented musician. My dad's going to give me grief for saying this again. But I'll also say Star Wars, the original 3 Star Wars movies.
Careful.
Do we have a...
Scary? I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't have
That button doesn't do anything.
That's scary.
We broke it.
There's a light somewhere flickering right now in the other room every time we hit the button.
If somebody made it into their 30s or 40s, never having seen the original Star Wars movies, I think the pacing is slower than the newer ones. The effects were great for their time, but don't hold up to today's modern movie magic. Now, I'll also just go ahead and throw in there just to maybe soften the blow a little bit. I love George Lucas's practical effects far more than I like his reliance on CG in the newer ones. But if you introduce Star Wars to somebody at age 30, 35, and they didn't watch it as a kid, or they didn't watch it when it was innovative and new, it's harder for them to like it. And I would say the same thing would be true for the original Harry Potter movies. 25 years ago, it was a different aesthetic. It was different pacing. It was, expectations were different. And so a modern audience being introduced to something that's 25, 30 years old probably isn't going to have the same reaction to it as when it was new in your culture, in your time.
So the only caveat I'd give to that would be I showed my kids Star Wars when they were kids. And I guess because they were kids, they didn't really understand what you're talking about, and they weren't super movie buffs, at the age. So we introduced Star Wars to them early, and they love them, and they'll go back and watch them, and obviously they'll have comments, but I think that you go back and watch some other movies from time,
that same era,
and I think Star Wars does a much better job of holding up.
Comparatively, yes. I'm not trying to suggest that it's not still a fantastic movie, but have you ever met somebody who has never seen a Star Wars film, and then when you introduce them to it, it's a lackluster response, right? They're like, well, it was okay.
So Aaron and William had never seen Star Wars.
Really?
When they were working at KDC, and I just decided, I was like, all right, it's settled. We are going to watch them in order, a release order.
Okay, I was going to ask, are you going to do that? Because there's lots of ways you can watch.
Yeah. There's the machete order, which is really, it's like you watch. Like
2.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. No, that would be 5, 6, 1.
I think the way it works is you watch episode 4, the New Hope, the original, and then you watch 5, so you get the reveal, The Empire Strikes Back, and then I think maybe you go flashback and you skip 1 because it doesn't add anything, and then you watch 2 and 3, and then you go to 6. I don't know. Maybe that's it. But machete order is just kind of a. Did you get it?
I'm getting competing answers here.
Of course. That's the great thing about the internet. Here's my citation.
Yeah, we'll just pop it up on the screen later.
Here's my citation. Here's my citation.
Well, I've Googled my own confirmation bias.
Right.
You're wrong.
You need to watch it in random order. Yeah. My non-free will one, because that's whatever. We've done an episode on that, but I don't like Guns N' Roses.
That's fair.
I don't know.
I feel like
Everyone from my generation.
Guns N' Roses, and I would throw Rush and AC/DC into the mix as well for all the same reason, right?
AC/DC, I put with it, but Rush, come on.
Well, you're a bassist, so you're a little biased there.
Yeah.
But I feel like the vocals stand out as being nowhere near the musicianship of the rest of the band.
Huh.
And it's sort of like a cat screaming over top of an otherwise decent.
AC/DC for sure. I mean, Geddy Lee, certainly you hear him sing now, and it's pretty rough.
I feel like now everybody's just hearing what was always there.
I mean, his studio stuff, I mean, he had range. He could.
He made sound. Yeah, that's true.
So it's kind of bizarre because for a long time I really didn't like Chris Cornell's voice.
I can see that. It's got a very like shrill quality.
Yeah, but then we actually did a tribute band for his Audio Slave and his solo stuff, and man, guy could sing. And I kind of I think I had a bias for some reason because I like a lot of high pitched voice vocalists. I like Geddy Lee. I like the guy from Fair to Midland.
Oh, that is good. Yeah.
Yeah. They're
2 years ago, they were my number one band on Spotify because you suggested them to me.
There's a band I heard about after they broke up. That was, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That-
maybe have time for one more.
Let's
if you
do
want
one
to do it. This could be interesting. This could be a dud. If so, we'll just cut it right before.
No.
In which case, thanks for listening to the Soapbox.
Wait.
See, now in editing later, we don't have to worry about it.
Oh, man.
Perfect.
Good thinking.
Professional.
Remember we said he was lazy?
Just how lazy? Well, he gave himself an out on the last question. What's something that you wish people asked you more about? You've seen the trope, right? Oh,
Yeah.
nobody ever asks you what your favorite dinosaur is when you're an adult.
Right. Huh.
But yeah, what's something you wish people asked you more about? I'm going to tackle this one first. And I'm going to take it a different direction because I'm going to be running for office soon. And this is how you're supposed to answer a question when you don't have an answer. You just give a different answer.
Right.
So thank you for asking that question. That's a great question, and a bold person would ask a question like that. And thank you for your vote. Here's one thing I think. I think that people far too often ask the wrong questions in social settings. It's not so much that I have a desire that one specific topic came up more, but there's a social etiquette that if you violate that, it seems like people get annoyed. You're supposed to ask, how are you? Then you're supposed to answer some sort of generic boilerplate, hanging in there, woke up on the right side of the grass, doing okay. Nobody wants an answer to that question.
Yeah.
But they all pose the same question. And then you talk about either weather, sports, or some sort of local current event. And it's all meaningless.
Small talk.
Small talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wish we had less small talk and more genuine human connection.
Okay.
Like if I ask how you're doing and your life is falling apart, let's take a moment and actually talk about that, right?
Fair.
Now, that can't go too far. You've seen the oversharer on Facebook that will tell you every little detail about their life.
Yep.
That person doesn't get this same permission. You'll have to apply for a license to get your small talk pass. But yeah, I'm over small talk.
Okay. That's a hot take. That's a Subway take. We try to rip off that show too.
We've been doing it a long time. How long has he been doing his?
Probably longer than us. We can go back and check. Actually, on the list is to do copycat episodes of other podcasts. So
we're gonna have to talk into our notepads here.
Right.
Like, all right, welcome to Subway takes.
We're gonna do little
Suburb takes.
Metro cards. Gosh, I don't know what something I'd like people to ask me more about. I feel like there isn't an equivalent to, what church do you go to? So maybe I'm going to answer this one kind of more philosophically, because I wish there was a way, a rabbit trail if I can. I wish I could wear a necklace that says, I don't believe in God, without pissing people off.
Okay.
Because your team gets to wear a little lowercase t, right? I don't remember what it stands for, but and
the way.
the way. This is the way. And that's a callback to Star Wars, everybody.
It's actually a callback to Jesus.
To Jesus.
I am the way, the truth,
way?
and the life.
Okay.
No one comes to the Father except through me. Matthew.
So it's not a lowercase t, guys. It's actually a cross.
Uppercase.
Yeah. Well, don't uppercase looks like that.
I know. I'm not talking about the cross. I'm talking about the way.
Right. But I guess I'm talking about the
I know what you're talking
neck.
about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because where are you going to have the head if it's the no? Okay. I do think it would be, if he ever came back, do you think he really wants to see a cross?
Yeah, I've heard the sentiment.
Yeah.
And honestly, it is weird, right?
Yeah.
Like it would be an electric chair if it was done today.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not poking fun, but no, I am trying to say there isn't. Now, for a long time, I would wear my Bad Religion shirt. I always felt like that was kind of a cool way to kind of like hint a piece of me.
And you've done Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Yeah,
You've
fun.
done that
Yeah.
one too.
Oh yeah, I've got this fun, and which is a nice way of kind of, messaging to people. Hey, I'm on this team, right? But as an atheist, it's harder because it's really the team I'm not on that I'm trying to show, which doesn't make a team. And I know a lot of atheist groups across the country have talked about how there isn't like, we don't have a checkbox on the, on the demographic form to fill out.
You are other.
We're other, we're none, or we get,
well, nuns are Catholic.
right.
That's something else.
Depends on how you spell. Yeah. But then we also find that our community likes to split into different, I'm a secularist, I'm a humanist, I'm an agnostic, I'm an
a
atheist.
neckbeard that argues on Reddit.
You have those too. So yeah, okay. So to answer your question, I wish there was a question they could ask to, you know what I mean? To reveal kind of, I think it's an important part of me is that, I don't believe in God. But I don't want it to be something like the Bad Religion logo is a cross with the line, the slash through it.
Because that's, one, it's inflammatory.
Yeah.
And two, it's sort of finding a sense of self by not saying what I believe, but what I don't believe.
Right.
But you could also put an Easter bunny there.
Sure. They were also 16 years old and they were coming up with something. They've actually regretted it. They're like, I wish, I wish we would have come up with something else. Because, I mean, you get a tattoo of that on your arm and wow. I mean, that's a statement. And that is, you're going to get looks. You're probably going to upset people.
People will assume there's hostility attached.
Yeah. Maybe.
Because there are folks that will take it to that degree of, not only do I reject this belief system, but everybody else needs to believe as I believe. And if they don't, they're the enemy.
Yeah. Or they're not going to go to hell.
Wait.
there's something there. Yeah. So I don't know. That's a weird way to answer your question, maybe, but
all right.
That's what I got.
Well, if you guys like the content on this episode, or if you've got questions that you'd like us to ask on a future episode, or if you'd like to be on an episode, let us know down in the comment section. But we're running up on time here, so that's going to wrap for today on the Soapbox.
So, new bits. Love it.
We got Gandalf the Grey. Does that mean we have Randolph the Green?
Oh, you've been banking that one, haven't you?
Ding. We've got a brand new website. What is that site?
That is SoapBoxLex.com.
So you can check us out on the web. You can also check us out on your favorite streaming platforms, including...
we're on Spotify, we're on Apple, and we're on Amazon. And of course...
if you want to check us out and actually see what you're listening to, we do have video as well on YouTube. And I don't know if you knew this, but Spotify does video too.